I wanted to put together a video for you guys for some workouts at home, and I know we're going through some tough times, and some changes, but doesn't mean you can't maintain what you've been working for in the gym. Um, you never know what you're training for, so I'm going to try and put some things together, a series of videos over time here you guys can get at, and I think it'll be a lot to benefit from, and just keep following what we've been working on in the gym, and it'll help with a lot of different things. So, a few reminders. You know, basically set up your area real safe in the house. Just if you're gonna have something to hold on to, make sure it's something stable, and just have an area that's pretty clear of anything else getting in the way. And probably want to have your phone nearby. You want to check your physician or let other people know what you're up to if you're going to do a workout. The workout's not going to be necessarily very intense. It's kind of up to you guys, but when you're at home, you might be alone. So, just keep that in mind as we're going. And throughout your workout, check your heart rate, take your pulse for 10 seconds, multiply it by 6. It'll give you a good range for where you should be. You don't have to work that intense again. I have a chart behind me that is the heart rate chart. If you can zoom in on that afterwards, it'll remind you where you're supposed to be based on your age. And you can follow that as well. You're going to need a few items, nothing really too involved. You need a chair that's stable. You can use weights. If you have weights, great. If not, makeshift weights work just fine. I basically take a couple plastic containers with lids on them. You can fill them with water or sand. You can change the weight of them, and they act as a pretty good thing as far as adding extra weight to your workout. It really is up to you what you want to do. Workout will probably go about 20-30 minutes, including a warm-up, and then stretching probably another 5 or 10 at the end, which you want to continue to do. So warm-ups can be on a stationary bike, go for a walk outside. If you've got a set of stairs, and you got a railing on there, so you're kind of safe in the stairs, you can use that as a way to warm up as well. But I'll give you one other alternative too if you don't have any of those things, and then I'll walk you through each of the things we're going to do in the workout and try and demonstrate each thing as we go. If you have questions or comments, you can send them to my email at tmsfim@aol.com, or you can send me a text if you have my cell number, and I'll try and interact with you guys that way, and we'll do the best we can with that. I think it'll work out pretty well. So one of the other alternatives for your warm-up is a dynamic jack, which like a jumping jack, but you don't really have to jump. So you can basically just get a nice wide stance, and you're going to have your hands overhead, and you're going to do like a half a squat, and it's not real intense, but you're looking forward. And if you do this for a minute, that's definitely going to warm you up lots of different ways. So that's one alternative for a warm-up. Again, you definitely want to prepare for what we're going to do, and we'll progress in the workouts a little bit. You can modify it as you go if you want to make it difficult, or if something's too hard, you can make it easier too. Because this is pretty basic things, but you can definitely get a lot out of it. So then what I would do is go from standing down to the floor, walk you through everything, and we'll go from there. So one of the things you can start with is an alternate side squat. You can use weights or not weights. And again, you're going to be, making sure that if you've got a mirror, you can use a mirror, or if you got somebody in the house, can take a look and make sure your knees are not going forward when you squat, and you can look forward as you're doing that, and you're just basically sitting back, push your hips back, and we'll do that kind of a squat, but you can do it as an alternating back and forth on either side, and we'll do 24 of those. And at any point you feel like you've gotten through two or three of these, and your heart rate's going pretty good, and you need to take a break, that's fine. Take a break. Rest is just as important. So the recovery is a good thing. And then we also have a forward lunge or a rear lunge. You can alternate those. Again, with this, make sure that your knee isn't going pitch forward too much. You want to drop the back knee, and you can alternate front, or you can alternate back, or you can do a combination of forward and backwards, and 24 of those. That be, moving on to the floor. We're going to do push-ups. Going to do as many as you can, and if you can only do a few from the toes, that's fine, and then continue on from the knees and try and get as many as you can. You don't necessarily have to go all the way down. Make sure your hands are in a good position out a little bit wider than you know, not so close is a little bit more difficult. So a little wider shoulder width is good. And then I'll talk you through the rest of it. So, you know, your basic push-up can be just from the toes. And you can see the containers I've got for an alternate weight source. And then from the knees, you can do it that way as well. And then from there, we can continue on with a set of bike abs. Keep the feet high. Alternate. Try not to pull in the head and keep breathing the whole time. We'll do 24 of those. And then go right to your plank, which is one of your favorite things, I'm sure. And you're going to do a straight plank. Try not to drop the hips down too much or too high. Keep your back level. Hold that for about 20 seconds or less if you need to. And then go into your side plank. And again, this can be modified. Make it more difficult, easy, shorten your time up. All right. And then the last one here on the floor with your chair is a hamstring lift. Just want to be pretty close to the chair, and you can lay flat and then just lift from there. Go nice and slow, probably 12 on each side of those. So that gives you a whole list of things. It's only about 6-7 things, but it'll be enough to get you a little out of breath and feel like you're doing something and distract you from a little bit of craze that's going on out there, but we're going to get through it. So the other thing I would say is make sure you take about 10 minutes at the very end and stretch and roll. Real important to cool down and you know, take an extra few minutes on the floor and just kind of breathe in and out slowly. You know, your breaths can be, you know, controlled, slow breaths. Do that for a minute or so, and that brings your anxiety and stress down a little bit right there. And you know, you can do this workout more than once a day if you wanted to. It all depends on you. So you guys, I'm going to keep working on some more series of videos, and I'll get them to you as best I can. You guys stay safe out there and be well, and we'll keep moving forward. We'll talk to you soon.